Hello everyone. Today's question is 10x raised to the power of 15 minus 5x raised to the power of 15 equals 5 raised to the power of 31. And the task before us is find the value of x. At first glance, this question looks difficult because it involves a very large exponent 15, but you will discover that it's actually quite simple once you recognize the trick. Let's begin. As solution, if you look at the left side, you would notice that both terms contain exactly the same variable, which is x raised to the power of 15. Since they are the same, we can now combine them just like the ordinary numbers. For example, if you have 10a minus 5a, this will give you 5a. So let's apply this idea here, which gives us 10x raised to the power of 15 minus 5x raised to the power of 15 will give us 10 minus 5x raised to the power of 15. 10 minus 5 will give us 5. So our equation becomes 5x raised to the power of 15 equals 5 raised to the power of 31. The next thing is, let's divide both sides by 5, which will give us 5x raised to the power of 15 divided by 5 equals 5 raised to the power of 31 divided by 5. Our main aim of dividing both sides by 5 is because we don't want this 5 here. So 5 cancel 5, which will give us x raised to the power of 15 equals 5 raised to the power of 31 divided by 5. Remember that 5 equals 5 raised to the power of 1. And when you are dividing powers with the same base, then you subtract the exponent, which will give us 5 raised to the power of 31 minus 1 equals 5 raised to the power of 30. Now equation becomes x raised to the power of 15 equals 5 raised to the power of 30. The next thing is, let's find the value of x. To find the value of x, we need to remove the power of 15. The opposite of raising something to the 15th power is taking the 15th root. Now let's take the 15th root of both sides, which will give us 15th root of x raised to the power of 15 equals 15th root of 5 raised to the power of 30. The 15th root cancels the raised to the power of 15, which will give us x equals 15th root of 5 raised to the power of 30. Now let's divide the exponent. 30 divided by 15 will give us 2. So our x equals 5 raised to the power of 2, which is equal to 25. That means our x equals 25. Now let's verify if our x equals 25 is true. Let's verify. Let's check if x equals 25 is true. Since 25 equals 5 square, then 25 raised to the power of 15 equals 5 square to the power of 15, which is equal to 5 raised to the power of 30. Our equation again: 10x raised to the power of 15 minus 5x raised to the power of 15 equals 5 raised to the power of 31, which becomes 10 times 5 raised to the power of 30 minus 5 times 5 raised to the power of 30 equals 10 minus 5 times 5 raised to the power of 30. 10 times 5 is 50, so we have it as 50 raised to the power of 30 minus 5 times 5 is 25. 25 raised to the power of 30 equals 10 minus 5 is 5 times 5 raised to the power of 30. 5 times 5 is 25, which is equal to 25 raised to the power of 30. 50 minus 25 will give us 25 raised to the power of 30 equals 25 raised to the power of 30. Therefore, the left side is equal to the right side, which means our x equals 25. Thank you for watching.